This episode of Night Attack is brought to you by our lovely patrons at patreon.com/Night Attack, as well as our friends over at doghousesystems.com/rogue. Get a free hard drive if you get a computer there. Here is the beginning of Night Attack, already in progress.
That's even better. That's even better than a last week on by ICU. Thank you very much, Bryce Castillo. It is, I assume, in the future, Tuesday night, which means it has got to be go time for Night Attack. I'm Brian Brushwood, live in Austin, Texas, joined as always by my BFF and Noah KSJRY, Justin Robert Young. You're back in the past. You're back in the past. You're back in the past. You're back in the past.
Yeah, no, you're back in the past, man.
Your face is back in the past.
It's 2021, Brian. Everything's fixed.
I assume. We assume.
We're
time capsule
in
episode.
2021. We're in 2021 right now, so it's already been fixed.
I mean,
they're watching us live.
Okay, can we do
as we're in 2021? We had Brian. You don't want us. All right. So if we went to ancient Rome,
yes,
are we gonna be on there with our segways and our Beats by Dre's going up to Caesar and saying you're on fleek? No, we're gonna do as the Romans do. You gotta act like where we are in time.
I want to die and have my entire estate dedicated to a foundation where we give like all the money to whoever could create the most legitimate piece of literature in which somebody says to Julius Caesar, "You're on fleek."
You're on fleek. But the sad part is we say it to him while he's stabbed.
No. Say it whenever you want, man.
No, but that's what I would choose to say it to him.
But would they be Greek? Would a Greek say he's on fleek?
Is he a Greek fleek?
A Greek on fleek? Here's the part I didn't want to walk past is the opportunity for us to really embrace the time capsule-ness of the fact that we're banking this episode a few days before 2021. So can we just, to begin it? Always wanted to do this.
Okay.
Hello. If you are hearing this message, it means that the year is 2021 or greater. It also means that.
Wait, hold on. I'll get the yes man.
Sure.
I'll just be your hype man throughout this entire thing. So
we bring you.
Wait, hold on.
Maybe Bryce, a little bit of echo if you can.
Get ready to take it from the top.
It's a time capsule from the top. Here we go.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Here we go. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binaries of the present or the past. For if you are hearing this message, it must be the year 2021 or greater. And if it is in the past, then congratulations, Doug. Your theory of time travel was correct. We have brought to you this incredible creature. And a manifestation of pure agreement. A creature that transcends time and space, only to remind you that you are right. There are those who would doubt this creature. There are those who would set him up to disagree. That cannot happen. For example, yes, man. Is it true that Richard Donner was the greatest game show host of Family Feud's entire history? And yes, I'm looking at you, Steve Harvey. Is it true that you should help control the pet population by spaying and neutering your dogs? Is it true this was a Merv Griffin production? There is literally no way to cause him to disagree with anything. For example, hey, yes, man, we all agree that the last Star Wars movie was the best, right?
Anyway, see you later.
okay, it has some bugs to work out. The important thing is we put it in a time capsule. You're welcome 2021. Thank you very much.
I think you were thinking of Richard Dawson.
Wait, I said Richard Donner?
Yeah, you said Richard Donner.
Yeah, well, he also directed Superman, and Lethal Weapon, so get bent.
Take that, Richard Dawson.
Also, Richard Dawson was amazing in, remember in Running Man, yeah. God damn, he was good. Like
he was great. He was great in Running Man. Wait a minute, hold on. Can we just unpack before we go into a Richard Dawson hole?
Yeah.
That all I wanted to do was be your hype man, and it just turned into you putting the yes man in chains and becoming a carnival barker to sell $5 tickets to get an agreement. I just became King Kong. Like all I wanted to do was help you, and just you would be making big proclaimings, and I would just go yes, and you're like aha, but truly the worth of this time capsule is that I've captured the elusive yes man, traversing seas and hills and deserts and forests. None could capture him until my hands laid across his neck.
They don't call him the yes and man because he never gets to the second word. Our chains, built by Adamantium Industries, are the greatest in the biz.
All I wanted to do was be your hype man, and you turned me into the bearded lady.
Well, I mean, to be honest, the bearded lady was you. It's that you were never the bearded lady.
That's true. That's true. I am the bearded lady. Anyway, look, you want to get in Dawson's hole or what?
Yeah, man. Although now I wonder what Dawson's Creek is. Dude, that guy was the jam. There was some like mid-60s game show where I saw him.
Holy shit!
Dressed.
I only ever saw him as an old man. Bryce just brought up his Wikipedia.
He's a fucking looker, dude.
He's hot.
He's about to sell us.
God.
I mean, he was hot and old too.
He's about to land the Coca-Cola account, and then.
But is that one of those things where it's like back in like pre-80s, everybody as soon as they turned like 40, they look 60? And then they stayed 60 looking for like the rest of their lives.
I mean, look, there's a weird confusion when I figure out that any attractive girl in a 1980s anything is much, much younger than me and yet still looks like a grown-up woman to me.
Yes.
Like that fucks with my mind. Also, okay, Richard Donner, Richard Dawson, Richard Dawkins.
Richard Dawkins, yeah.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, man. Well, especially having just looked at Peak Dawkins.
Peak
Dawson.
Peak Dawson.
Peak Dawson. I would fuck Dawson.
Yeah.
I would marry Richard Donner. He seems like a nice man.
He seems like somebody is willing to compromise a little push and pull, little get everything done on time.
I'm sorry, Dawkins. Get ready.
I mean, the good news is he will not go to a good place or a bad place. He will simply cease to be. And if you think otherwise, fuck you. It's me, the PR rep of Richard Dawkins.
Yeah. If anything, Richard
Dawson.
Richard Dawkins should be the least mad karmically that I had a strong opinion about something.
Yeah. Richard Dawson. What I was going to say is there was some game show clip from the 1960s. Like, I am certain that Richard Dawson is the source for where Austin Powers wearing a cravat comes from.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like he's the image. Like, I think right down to the blue blazer or whatever. If you there's some like old Game Show Network clip or whatever. If it wasn't him on Family Feud. That's a wild goose chase. Yeah.
Bryce, search the internet for Richard Dawson in a blue shirt, a blue suit with a cravat.
Yes. Also, Alexa. Never mind.
Don't do it. Come on. It's 2021. We're done with such childish things here in the future.
Do you know that the a-hole will conjure up various types of farts on command? And suggest other farts?
Yeah.
I also think I knew that the a-hole generates farts. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. You know what I'm saying. I'm trying to be courteous here.
Yeah,
Trying
come
to talk
on.
around
We're
it.
a family-friendly show. Hey, speaking of a family-friendly show, I was listening to my brother's podcast. By the way, if I could recommend this, if you got family and you don't, and you're bad at keeping in touch with them like I am, it's great when they just do a podcast and I can just keep in touch with their lives while not talking to them because
Yeah.
it's great. But he told the story of my little nephew who's like 4, and he's like a petite 4 at that. There's this new trampoline park where they live, and there's a big dodgeball arena, right? And they
Yeah.
lay out the dodgeballs. There's trampolines on the thing, so you can like jump and to dodge the balls and everything. But little Jackson is the youngest, and he is just getting picked on by this like 7-year-old boy. And the 7-year-old boy is getting like real aggressive. It's like one of those places where you're just allowed to let your kids, if your kid's like 7, you can just be like, get out of here. I'm going to be on Instagram. And so he does. So Eric's there with his son, and this kid is just targeting Jackson. And my brother just goes full Billy Madison and is like, oh, you want to understand power dynamics, huh? Is that the lesson you really want to learn? Because here's a 30-plus-year-old man that's about to wreck your shit. And so he's telling this story on the podcast, and he's getting a disapproving review from my sister-in-law, his wife, the mother of Jackson. And I text.
I like that it's not a live commentary, but a review. like
What?
when I first started listening to my husband's podcast, I gave it a chance.
Yeah. Well, no. So she's like, you really shouldn't have, hit the kid with the dodgeball and blah blah blah. And so I texted my brother, and I'm like, the only thing you did wrong was you didn't aim for the head, because that kid needs to learn about, like, if you want to play big fish eat little fish, then you better be sure that you're the biggest goddamn fish in the pond. And he just texted me back, and he's like, oh, I definitely hit him in the dome. And I'm like, good. And I have no idea where that's supposed to go, but I just want to let everybody know that I totally support that. If you indeed have found yourself in a similar situation, then you should have pegged that kid in the head.
What is the hardest, possibly unfair? I don't want to say it's unfair or fair, but like, what's the hardest you remember dunking on anything ever? And I guess I'll go first because
go ahead. Yeah. Set the parameters.
In the earliest days of the internet, there was definitely, in a pre-understanding just how wildly inappropriate it was, I think all parties, it was wildly inappropriate. I hopped on a plane, went to San Francisco, went to, should I say the name of the establishment?
Is this the bar?
Yeah.
Is this the I think we've told this story before.
We have, but I don't think we've told it with a confessional tone. There was a bar that full on worked with production people, booked, said, yes, come here, shoot your thing. There was nobody in the fucking bar but us. And then whoever was on duty that day was having a bad day, decided this is it. This is your moment. This is your power play. Let the world have it. Decide that you're fussy about everything from the lights to too many people there and too many people bothering you for drinks and all that stuff.
Yeah. So was his issue, at least in his rhetoric, was it about you guys were scaring off other patrons, or like is he just like, I'm a fussy bucket?
I bet whatever I remember is almost certainly wrong, so it will almost certainly be unfair to him. But I remember two things. That dude was really bothered by all the drinks we were ordering. All things being equal, he would prefer if we would leave him alone and the establishment alone. And he eventually announced we would be leaving. And after that, things get a little bit red. I do remember the Twitter logo. I remember watching a Yelp review going from 3.5 stars to half a star.
Mm-hmm.
I remember us shooting at another establishment like 5 feet away because it
Yeah.
turns out bars in San Francisco,
There's a lot of them.
Not hard to find.
No.
And then I remember the following day, a conversation that began with, yeah. Like, whether that was me or somebody saying it to me, we all learned a lesson about social media that day and punishing those who would ever disobey my
Wow,
creed.
I didn't know that wasn't the same night. I was in my head, I thought it was the same night because I got the call from a panicked Brian Brushwood because at that point you could not delete tweets from the app, from the phone app.
That's right.
Needed
You had to log
I
in.
needed to log into your account
That might have
on
been
my desktop so I could delete the tweet because there was if they were angry about you shooting there, they were even more angry with their online reputation being shredded so efficiently within minutes of
seconds.
the action. Yeah.
That does ring a bell. We all learned something that day about cravats.
And this actually ties into something that happened fairly recently. I offered a bounty of tweets that could ruin me.
So, okay, now that you have some distance,
Yeah.
because we're about to hear the story. If you haven't heard it, you're about to hear it. If you have heard it, you're about to hear the overall meta-analysis of it. But now that you have some distance, happy you did that? Not happy you did that?
Happy. I was happy I did it. Mostly because it'll just be like, all right, you're going to have to really be a Justin connoisseur if you want to find something that I'm just not going to make it easy for somebody.
Young.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do a little bit of digging, or have archived my Twitter at some point to find the things that may be bad. But no, by and large, the stuff that was flagged was, it was one of them that a guy found was me actually just quoting the State sketch, the Jew, the Italian, and the redhead gay. And he's like, oh, you just wrote the Jew, the Italian, and the redhead gay. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's a reference to a sketch, so I don't mind that. The one thread.
Quick question: did you delete it or did it become like a moral stand where it's just like, no, that's a great sketch, and I'll not have anybody say otherwise?
No. I left that one up. The ones I deleted, and this is where it was me trying to dunk on somebody hard. But I don't think I really succeeded at it. And certainly I didn't have the kind of impact that you had. I forget the actual grievance now, but US Air, when it was still US Air before it got sold to American, had either canceled a flight or was not refunding me money for a flight where I had to change stuff. But I was like pissed, like super pissed off. And so I decided that I was going to have a little fun with it while I was stewing at the airport. And I was going to write a series of tweets, seemingly retweeted, because I was doing the old, like, the way retweets used to be before they built it in, where it was like RT
things name colon
blah blah blah, right? So I was doing that, but they were endorsement tweets for US Air from Adolf Hitler.
I mean,
and in
your defense, Adolf Hitler, well, actually, I don't think he was much of a fan of anything US, now that I think about it.
But hey, I mean, you might take the money for the endorsement, right? Like, not everybody loves everything that they're endorsing.
Good answer.
They're just getting paid to do it.
Yeah.
So it was, fairly, I mean, it was as fruitless as it was tasteless. Let me just put it that way, that I was trivializing the Holocaust so I could take out my frustrations with US Air. But I presumed that they were so loath, and I think that was like among most of the stuff that I did wasn't like jokes about the Holocaust per se. It was more Hitler saying like, when I was searching out endorsement opportunities, I found the one company that makes me look good. It's U.S. Airlines. Go to usair.com. And so I had to do 5 or 6 of these because I was just really, really annoyed. And that was probably the most like vindictively unfair that I have ever been on Twitter, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sidebar. Bryce,
Go ahead.
side bet, $1. Did he or did he not ever undelete those?
Undelete?
Or delete them?
Yeah, he deleted them.
Oh.
I bet $1 he deleted them. Do you think he didn't?
All of them?
Yeah.
I'll bet $1 that Justin has integrity. Justin.
Of deleting his own tweets?
You are gonna lose $1 because I have no integrity. Well, because all right, here's the rule. If I can't explain the seemingly at first blush controversial tweet in a sentence, just get it the hell out of here. I don't need the multi-sentence explanation. So it's like, as you know, if somebody sees like, oh, you're joking about Hitler, like blah blah blah. I'm not gonna. Well, so I used to travel for a living, and I know what how this process works, and it's normally a regular thing. And I was very frustrated, and I was kind of burning the candle. No. If it's just like the Jew, the Italian, and the redhead gay, it's like it's a state sketch. Look it up. You know, that's easy. That's a quick explanation. But that was the matrix in which I ran it through. And I'm like, yeah, let me delete this 12-part odyssey where Hitler is talking very positively about you. Where the @Hitler Twitter account, which to this day has nothing attached to it. Wise move from Twitter itself. Was just raving and ranting about how great US Air was.
Yeah. Account suspended in time, awaiting development of nuclear world destroying weapon.
My God, that's good. Because by the way, we are recording this before New Year's Eve. Like that'll be the last moment of 2020 is the @Hitler account rising.
Oh my God, what a coup that would be.
Been free. Like we only thought that MF. We have only thought that MF Doom dying was the last kick in the balls in 2020. No. Hitler rises.
Oh no, did MF Doom die?
Yeah, recently.
Doom died October on Halloween. Died on Halloween, and his family just came forth with it today. But God, what a icon,
legend,
icon.
Yeah, wow.
And really died, or just, I mean, obviously he died too early, but his career, if he would have been like 5 or 6 years later, like I think he would have been bigger than he was, even because the idea of the super oddball hip hop guy, you know, is, you know, now we're almost on the other end of it with like Tyler the Creator and stuff like that. Like MF Doom really kind of paved the way in that respect, aside from being just a like god tier lyricist and rapper.
Yeah. Shoot. What about you, Bryce? You ever dunk on the world?
No. I think the only time I can think of like stirring up trouble to right a wrong would have been it would have been right out of college. I had needed a new computer because I was doing some video editing work, and I had ordered a laptop, and I was home. You know, there were people home waiting for the delivery, and the guy didn't even ring the doorbell. He put a thing on that said, "Hey, we tried to arrive, and then nobody was here," and it didn't ring or didn't knock anything. And so I remember making a big stink online on Twitter, like, "Hey, at UPS, like, we were home. We've had people home all day. Where the fuck is my $2,000 computer?" And then on the phone with people, and
the whole time.
No, and then they actually came out.
It was in his heart. Yeah.
The driver came back out at like 8 p.m. or something, probably once his shift was done, to actually hand it off. But I think that's the only time I can think of trying to use social media to affect anyone who has wronged me.
There was a golden age.
Oh my God. Like, well, okay. Again, I'm almost certain you and I are on the same page here.
I think so.
There was a hot second where Twitter was a motherfucking genie. and there was no
Oh,
downside to just making wishes. and
I mean,
this fickle genie, this motherfucking fickle genie, better than Richard Donner, Dawkins, and Dawson put together.
combine, roll all these dicks up. Yeah, no, there was a moment where if you had a like 4-digit following after all the brands came on and they just hired a person, right? Usually one.
All of
That-
whom had the cell phone number of the CEO. That was like two things.
Yes.
Hello, are you over 18? We can fudge on that. Here's the phone number for the CEO. Go nuts, make us look good.
Like, I remember I had a Comcast thing once, and I was just like at Comcast, boy, really frustrated about this service. Or even like my internet would go out and it'd be like, can't stream today, guys. Sorry, at Comcast is out. Not even really like, scratching at them much, just putting it on their radar. You get the DM from the company, and you just start DMing with this guy, and this guy's like, oh yeah, no, I can like hack into the matrix of exactly like the like logistics of brain of Comcast. This dude had somebody at my house in like 10 minutes fixing everything. It was the exact opposite scenario of everything you've ever had, because like nobody comparatively was on Twitter. You looked like just as big a deal as anybody else, because it was like Shaq had just showed up, right? Like that was like the big news of that entire platform. And they were just there to solve problems.
It's both before and after check marks mattered. Like
Yeah.
like before we knew what a check mark was, and after the moment that it mattered whether or not you had one.
Because there was, if you had 1,000+ followers, then they were at least worried. Let's just not piss him off. Let's white glove treatment. And also, it was like, I don't even think that they were trying to white glove treatment. It was just when you call Comcast, you go into the layer cake and the labyrinth of like, okay, you could plinko your way to getting that kind of service if you knew exactly what to say and you were dealing with exactly the right people. No plinko with this dude. It was just that dude, and you're dead on, Brian. He just has the CEO's number, and he's just like, "Hey, somebody's internet's out," and the CEO's like, "Well, this can't stand." Black Hawk Down helicopter comes in, dude kicks open your door, and another one goes somersaulting through your window. Unplugs your router, plugs it back in. It works. They give you a new window and a new door, and then beam up like Star Trek.
Do you think, just like we're in a post blue check mattering world, do you think we're also in a post anyone saying anything? I personally treat Twitter the way I would treat, like, I don't know, wedding announcements or whatever, where it's like bland as possible, general goodwill. Hi, it's me in your mailbox. Good thoughts. Here's a picture of my dog. Anybody who is veering the other way is like, okay, you're engaging in the other game, which is, hi, it's me, junk mail from the GOP. Either give us money or Obama rises from the grave and eats the world right off America's planet, which I'm going to stand by the phrasing of all of that.
Yeah, I think so.
So we're kind of in a post place where it's like, whatever, nobody's serious anymore. You're either playing it safe or not playing it safe. And either one you're doing disingenuously. Do you still treat Twitter like real conversations anymore?
I treat it like a simulation. I treat it like a real conversation the way that if he stayed there at the end, Truman would treat the Truman Show. Like, I think that it is obviously an artifice. It often can look very much like it, but no. I think in fact, the closest I came was stuff like what happened today, where I was like, oh, MF Doom died, and some guy was like just randomly being an asshole about it. He's just like, who's that? I never knew. And I was just like, oh, go listen to his stuff and educate yourself. And he's like, oh, a legend in his own mind, maybe. And I was just like, is this really the time where you want to measure a dead man's worth?
You're gonna
like,
dunk on him, F Doom.
this is that one. Like, and even then, it wasn't me being like, it was me being more actually honest than I probably wanted to be.
Right.
But still, that's the closest that it is. Other than that, I think that Twitter is just a hell site. And,
Okay,
and
hold on.
You know what I've started doing?
First of all, I am actually
tweeting
right
about
this
tweeting
moment.
about cum.
I'm definitely at this moment going back through Bryce's back catalog of tweets.
Okay.
That's twitter.com/Brycast.
Yeah.
Hot damn, man. I miss being you. Back when I would, like 20 hours ago, for me, it feels like 20 years, that you could just tweet in all caps, 2 minutes.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't a thread. That was threaded.
Oh,
But,
no, it's not a threat. It's a promise.
No. The thing I've started doing a little more.
Liberals will say this vaccine is safe.
Okay, you have to read the quote tweet, otherwise it
I
doesn't
don't
make
know
sense.
that I do.
Oh, you can't. You got to read the JAP tweet. Okay. But the thing that I've started doing is to just tweet my friends when they have good tweets, LOL or LMAO. Just it'll make good replies.
Yeah, those LOLs like rugged individualism is this country's curse.
Okay, well, and I believe that one is true. So.
I'm coming to keep going.
You're welcome to. Everyone's welcome. I mean, they're on the public
French
record.
fries are the crab stick of potato.
It's true.
This is getting better as I go. Remember when end zone dancing was the nation's #1 hated thing for some reason?
Yeah, there was a whole Simpsons episode dedicated to that topic.
Just reveal your age.
Yeah, and then people did. People did. It's okay.
Well, okay, everyone thought this wasn't a joke. LMAO.
Okay, they sound bad when you read them like that.
God, I just want to be you.
Do it, whatever. Do it. Who cares? Or make a private account. Make a random
wait
account.
a minute. Also, there's one here. What the fuck did I do last night? And it's just you with the same thumbnail
Yeah, one day.
of a young boy
Man.
just over and over and over and over again. Like you saved it like 27 times.
I
What
saved
were
it,
you
I
up
believe,
to last
70
night?
sometimes. I just woke up one morning and I was hearing this music in my dream, and I woke up and my phone was playing the same TikTok over and over again. And at some point, I guess I had my hand on the phone and hit the save button maybe 70 plus times.
All right, all-time favorite.
Okay.
Bryce replying to himself saying, Diana seems like a big dummy in this movie.
She seems so stupid in Wonder Woman. I can't
But
believe
the
that you're such
idea of
a big-
replying to yourself with the criticism of like you're arguing.
That's how your threading works. I know it's been a while since
Yeah.
the
No, I
threading.
love it. I love it. Like,
How
what
about
did you
this
do
one
to
with-
piss
with-
you
with-
off
with-
so much?
With musical notes around it the day after Christmas. It's hip to be gay.
Well, I mean, that's just a fact.
That was true. I actually think I stole that from Carson, our friend Carson from Tropics. He
Yes.
has a podcast, and I think I was listening to it and stole it from him.
Oh, that was after you shredded him publicly for his podcast.
I don't know what that show is about.
You shredded my
Yeah.
boy Carson for his podcast, and I almost stepped in. I was almost
Really?
like, "What are you
No.
doing?
No, I'm
Why
giving
are you
this
mocking this man?
constructive-
You're like
constructive
friends with him.
criticism.
You
I
can text him.
thought it would be funny to say I don't.
It's not like you have no idea. Oh yeah, because that's when you always love public criticism
That's-
the most,
okay,
right,
yes,
Bryce?
I
Right after you've put it out.
Understandable. Do we want to play a game, or do we gonna read more of my tweets?
No, hell no.
I
We're
just
doing
all I
this
want to
a
do
new
is
game.
read. Like, I want to go all the way back to the beginning now.
Yeah, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's go ahead and play the News 6 bumper in between, and we'll pretend it's a game.
Hypothetically, if we were about to transition into a bit, what would we say or do?
Well, we might be about to play a new round of apologizes for.
Well, here, before we do that, let's remind everybody that you can support this show by going to twitter.com/BRYCAS and hearting and retweeting all of his tweets.
Please do.
Please go over there and give Bryce some love.
For example, here's Bryce responding to Bryce when he says, I'm very glad I didn't catch COVID or get cancer this year, but fuck me, imagining actually getting sick. Anyway.
Of course, you could also support us at patreon.com/9attack. Guys, thank you. This year, big thanks for keeping us afloat. Who knew doing independent media was the safest job in media? You guys made it possible. Thanks.
Barefoot
so
Contessa is legal.
Okay, that
Real
one's
tweet.
funny. That one's funny. That one's funny.
Barefoot Contessa is legal. And then the rest of it is you just retweeting that JAV account.
So,
The Japanese porn titles or whatever.
well, they're real, but
Are they?
yes. Oh yeah. The guy who does it has done a lot of research into pulling those English.
Extensive research. Oh
Yeah.
wow, I thought that was like a horse ebooks thing.
No, it's real, but it is like I think there's an automation to it because I see some of them get reposted every so often. All right. Well, this is the part of the show where we are going to play a game based on, forgiveness and love and giving everybody a chance to apologize. It's a little game we call Apologize For.
Sorry.
Buzz, Richard Dawkins, I say Bryce's tweet.
Show me Bryce's tweet.
I'd rather not make movies than bend.
What?
Cool, bye.
Oh, that's
That's
no,
me quoting you.
you're reading it weird, and like you're always reading the second or third tweet in
I
the-
know,
in a
that's the
thread.
funniest one. it's always the funniest one.
I was saying that Christopher Nolan.
I don't know what I love about this more. That
Dog
Brian-
eggs. That's the whole tweet.
Oh,
and you
that's
go
it.
ahead, give me the
That's it.
context in which just tweeting dog eggs makes sense.
It's fucking
No,
funny.
that's dog eggs.
We're
That's
laughing
dog
about
eggs,
it, bitch.
bro.
We're doing it. This is the perfect conclusion. This is the.
It was a gift I gave you for this
All right.
moment, and you're ruining it. You're ruining it. Fucking
Everybody-
dog eggs.
Want to know what? 2021 is the year of merch. We're gonna get a t-shirt store, and we're just gonna put up things that are said. So do an illustration
Dog eggs.
of whatever you imagine dog eggs to be, and send it to it. We're just gonna get one of those things where you buy a $30 t-shirt and we make $1. 'Cause
Separate
fuck it.
question.
I just want dog egg t-shirts in the world.
What do bugs eat?
No one knows.
Nobody.
No one knows. No one knows what bugs eat.
Other bugs?
Live now.
Okay.
You are a short
this is-
tweeter, Bryce. You don't. You definitely like you get in and out under 8 words often.
I want it to be. I mean, I tweet jokey stuff occasionally,
Yeah.
and I want it to be.
Actually, this is pretty good. This Cyber Month, capital C, capital M. This Cyber Month, take 20% of my ass by using promo code Nosferatu at Check Me Out.
I think that was actually his Tinder bio.
you hacked into my email list.
Yeah, that was actually.
So I've pulled up
He actually has that tattooed on his face in very small print.
tiny right above my eyebrow.
Just tiny, like you have to look at it with a fucking jeweler's eye.
A loop.
A loop.
So I pulled up some headlines of people apologizing for things, and I've blanked out.
You understand that Brian has not looked up since.
I'm trying to power forward. I'm
No,
trying
I
to
know,
power
I
forward.
know. I'm just letting you know that he's gonna just start yelling old tweets.
Where the guys are going to have to guess what the blank or blanks words, what words can go in the blanks, and whoever's closest per science will get a point. You guys,
Great.
you guys-
Actually,
everyone knows
this
that.
one I do have to give credit to.
Okay.
Shouts out to whoever came up with plug and play. Great words. A lot of fun to say.
Incredible branding, plug and play. We love it, and you know exactly what it
And
means.
you deciding to make that a rhyming tweet? Bold. In 2020?
You should have seen my rant about
In
how
this
great
economy?
microwaves are.
In this economy?
This economy. All right, so here's the first headline. He's sorry for his blank. He may now avoid prison.
Breaking of Jeffrey Epstein's neck.
And the he is the Queen of England.
All right, breaking Epstein's neck.
Can I just say, I can't wait for the episode of The Crown where she orders Epstein dead. I think that's just
The
just
whole
like-
thing looks like a Hollywood documentary, and then just the last is with the cinematic bars, the crowd, and she goes, "That one, go." And that's the end of the episode.
It's just gonna be because it's gonna be a Crown episode, so she's gonna not want to do the thing that we all know happens for the entire episode, and she'll just be like, "I don't know, maybe Jeffrey Epstein should be allowed to stand trial, but ma'am,
I mean,
we cannot allow Jeffrey Epstein to live.
Yeah.
I'm unsure. Oh, it was."
If being
Brian.
a billionaire is wrong, who's to say that we're sort of something family jewels?
Exactly. And then one of their butlers just, fucking slender man's through the bars and fucking cracks his neck.
All right. Justin, he's sorry for his blank. He may now avoid prison. We do have extra info if you'd like
Crime?
it. He's sorry for his crime.
Sorry for his crime.
This is a game that rewards specificity.
Yeah, but what's fucking Brian's just gonna keep yelling your old tweets. I feel like I'm gonna be closer no matter what.
I don't know. Maybe this is for like a big STEM civil war, math versus history. IDK.
It's you read them weird and then you put them as part. You're not selling the
This
bit.
is basically like a 2021 version of like your grandpa saying like, "Oh, you like Snoop Diggity Doggity Dog?"
This is
By the way, the irony
listeners
is not lost on me that the more you shout that I'm not selling the bit right, the better you're selling the bit.
course
Oh,
it is.
understand.
No.
Listeners, this is, I don't know if anybody remembers this story from when we went to Vegas and Brian, we got high and Brian spent the whole time doing that voice.
Oh,
This is the exact same feeling. All right. So Brian has said breaking Epstein's neck. Justin has said crime. He's
Yeah.
sorry for his bad reviews.
what?
Bad reviews. American Wesley Barnes had a bad time in a Thailand hotel.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Dude, you would have went to jail. You pulled shit like that in Thailand.
I mean,
years.
not me, because I would have called Just Robert Young and given him my password to log in and delete some tweets ASAP, whether or not it was possible on a phone.
Exactly.
Apparently, his reviews include mentions of using slave labor, xenophobic comments about hotel staff, and comparing the hotel to coronavirus on multiple occasions and website platforms.
Man.
I mean that's a crime, Justin. That's a crime. That's
It is a
You're
crime.
gonna get the
It's a crime.
point.
It's a criming shame.
A Crimean shame.
It's a Crimean shame.
crime. Okay. All right, another round.
Also, that was a real tweet you did. No,
Was it?
No,
Oh,
it was
okay.
not. But your doubt is an indictment.
I hate this bit. I hate this
your
bit so
your
much.
doubt makes a promise.
Justin, we're starting with you. Here we go. Tropicana apologizes for suggesting blank are the answer to pandemic parenting. Tropicana apologizes for suggesting blank.
I actually know this, so I'm gonna defer to Brian because I have this perfect. I
Okay.
know this news story.
The apology, which was supposed to do a social media, includes the following quote: "We want to apologize to anyone who is disappointed in or offended by our recent campaign. We hear the feedback that for some we've missed the mark. Accordingly, we're ceasing any further activity in support of the campaign. Tropicana apologizes for suggesting blank are the answer to pandemic parenting."
I am unsure as to what to say. Because I'm simultaneously trying to think of things that would be offensive,
Yeah.
but also be in brand for an orange juice company
Mhm.
to have made a mistake and say a bad thing.
Yeah.
Tropicana apologizes for suggesting blank are the answer to pandemic parenting.
Nope. I'm gonna say literally nothing. Justin, what's your guess?
I'm gonna say nothing. I'm gonna put a big X.
Brian, it was mimosas. Mimosas
That's right.
are the solution to COVID.
Hold
parents.
on. How come every TGI Fridays gets to make the same joke, or every bag that says Wine Day Friday?
I know, right?
Like,
I
like,
thought
like,
people were being way too bitchy about
yeah, that's bullshit.
fucking Tropicana. Like, whatever. Let them cut
Yeah, I
loose
thought
a
it was
little
something
bit.
truly offensive, like squeezing the Jews. That would be offensive.
Not a Bryce tweet. Not a Bryce
I was
tweet.
just gonna say.
Let me scroll back.
Send tweet.
I'm just saying, like they should not have gotten that much hard-hitting journalism in their
Well,
face
it's
for
just
mimosas.
like, all right, look.
So here's one of the tweets that was in response, I suppose, against it. The Tropicana hashtag Take a Moment campaign. Women lying to their families, sneaking off to consume alcohol hidden in secret compartments, slamming a mimosa in the laundry room isn't cute, and it's not treating yourself. That's 1950s Mother's Little Helper bullshit.
Did they depict all of those things, or
Oh,
just
I guess that
sort
was
of
their
say,
idea.
Okay,
Their idea was
I may have to walk
like
this back.
Yeah, like we're seeing a picture of like a closet or little different hidden shelves around the house that have orange juice and
I'll tell you what,
champagne.
and there's definitely going to be a reckoning going into 2021 and especially 2022, I think, when it comes to like right now, everybody's excusing escapism and stuff, but I think a lot of people are going to have a hard time getting back to work.
Like what? Because they're installing too many secret mimosa compartments around their
because
house.
they're literally addicted to alcohol and various drugs and other forms of escapism. I think that quite literally what we have is a latent frozen form of substance abuse, and the bill's going to come due in a couple of years. Yeah.
I mean, even outside of substances, I mean, just emotionally, people are going to have a hard time, I think.
And I think right now everybody gets a pass, or everybody perceives they get a pass because, you know, we're all going through crazy shit. But I think over the next couple of years, if you could buy stock in rehab clinics, I would.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to keep rolling this die as far as I can down the board. I'm just going to keep improving other elements of my life as long as I don't like get rid of my worsening alcohol dependency. Like, but I'm gonna have great credit. I'm gonna have like multiple homes. Like everything else is gonna continue to get better around me. And just in the center, a rotten and further decaying core to my life.
Well, and notice I said buy stock in, because buying stock, like, you're not making a value judgment on nothing, especially not yourself. You're just making a profit when everybody shows up for
when
rehab.
everybody figures it out. Yeah,
I'm the one who thinks rehab is bad.
Yeah?
No.
I think it's re-bad. Hold on, let me look for that tweet.
All right, here's another headline. I'm gonna start with,
hold on. This just in. Bart Simpson, you are a fucking liar. All caps. And a ugly face and a thumbs down.
yes,
Fucking
he's a
press
little
release.
brat. He's a little brat.
Bart Simpson, you are a fucking liar. What caused you at Thanksgiving to be consumed with the desire? Because this is Thanksgiving. Why would you get that upset at Bart Simpson?
I've been watching The Simpsons. I'm watching The Simpsons lately.
Yeah.
And it's just very
This
funny.
was this year?
Yeah. Or not current ones, but going through old ones.
No.
But
yes. The tweet was from this year.
Yes, it's from this year. Yeah.
Oh, because Bryce was home alone, high as shit, watching The Simpsons. That's why.
All right, we're starting to do on this one. Wonder Woman 1984 director Patty Jenkins apologizes to blank for oversight.
Never mind. I was going to say the world for Wonder Woman 1984.
In her apology tweet, Jenkins said, "Holy moly, I just discovered your name wasn't in the thank yous of Wonder Woman 84. We meant to have you see that on the big screen." Wonder Woman 1984 director Patty Jenkins apologizes to blank for oversight.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. Okay, that's an answer. Justin?
Yeah. Jeffrey Epstein.
At least my guy's imaginary. What the fuck are you doing?
I mean, it's an oversight. She's like, what? Like, they were going to say.
Sorry, to cover my exit, I'm just going to quote this tweet from Bryce. Personally panned pizza. He didn't like a pizza, I guess.
I'm sure he didn't.
No, it would just be a pizza that insults you, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Patty
Wait,
Jenkins.
who do you have to decide between Santa Claus and Jeffrey Epstein, who didn't get
what would
listed in the
science
credits?
say? Who's closer to right?
Well, we'd have to figure out who's closest to Cheetah creator Liam Sharp. I mean, Epstein
is
is
that
a real
some-
person, but Santa is, I think, not a pedophile.
Oh, is she a pedophile? No.
Jeffrey
Epstein
Epstein.
Yeah.
and-
Have you ever
Let me-
heard of
let me
him?
read
Man,
a
it was a
Bryce
real
tweet.
story a couple it was a
Wow,
while
Twitter
ago.
really eats up that low end, huh? LOL.
Okay, that's a reply to Bugmain.
It's okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I think Justin, I think we have to give it to you for listing a real human being, Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes, going out on a big
Hey man,
winner.
Justin. All right, here's your big accepting the
big
award.
winner.
The award on behalf of Justin Robert Young is Justin Robert Young. Who would you like to thank?
I want to thank God, Dawson, Dawkins, and the other one, Donner.
Blitzen.
I
Rudolph.
want to thank Oin, Gloin, Frodo, the other person. I want to thank them all. Thank you, Epstein. What's up?
There we go. All right, here's another. Justin, we're going to start with you. A fitness magazine apologized for telling people to blank with exercise.
Oh, for telling people to black out, work so hard you black out. 15 ways you could lose consciousness working out. Here's an interview with Scott
Jeffrey
Baio.
Epstein. I do it while danging myself in my cell. Thinking of, I won't say how old they are, but
In only 45 minutes a day, I've become this so blacked out I'm dead.
just think of how much weight I lost when they cremated my remains.
Yeah, I float amongst the ethereal plane, one day hoping to arise at my Twitter account at Hitler.
Hey, it's me, somebody who's none of the people in this scene. I'd like to quote Bryce tweet. You're welcome, Bryce, by the way.
Go ahead. Yeah.
As Bryce said, do people, question mark, freak out about how fast their phone, question mark, charges? 3 question marks?
Do they? There is a whole part of consumerism selling people faster charging phones. All right, Justin has said black out with exercise. Justin, Brian,
Sorry.
a fit.
Congratulations to Joseph, Hussein Biden, question mark, question mark, question mark.
That was an A+ tweet. A fitness magazine has apologized for telling people to blank with exercise. In their apology, Women's Fitness said, "We were trying to encourage you to exercise, share your pics, and to not to wait until January if you have fitness or weight loss goals."
Think of boning, think of doing the sex, think of your genitals punching up on other genitals.
Yeah. Punch through.
If
That's how you know
see
you're
a
doing
set
it right.
of genitals and you want to exercise.
Until you black out.
Black out,
Working out with the sex until you black out, baby. Normal sex is for regulars. Black out. We're looking to fuck until we black it out. And we wake up with blood coming out of our nose. I got me a body and I don't like it much, so I'm gonna fuck so hard that I black out.
All right. This is from Yahoo News. A fitness magazine has apologized for telling people to burn off those Christmas calories with exercise.
Okay, fuck the world. Fuck everyone.
Part of this
How
is-
on earth could this possibly be a negative thing?
Part of it is because it seems like a new direction in terms of exercise is to not equate exercise as a punishment for your lifestyle.
It is. It is absolutely. It is absolutely a punishment. Anyone who tells you that exercise is a joy is Bryce. I quote this tweet from Bryce.
Okay.
Damn, this little girl is wacko for chess.
She's fucking crazy off her mind for chess. She loves it.
I just love. I want to meet the lawyer who just quotes Bryce tweets.
Court.
Your Honor, if I may.
Somebody's got to find whatever promo thing that Netflix did for the Queen's Gambit. It's like the critics are in agreement. Entertainment Tonight says that the Queen's Gambit is an achievement. A star is born. At Brycus says, damn, this little girl is wacko for chess.
By the way, I like this one that looks like a pull quote from something. It's quote, now I'm going to do an opium about it, comma, the game of chess, period, or comma, and I'm goddamn 7.
She loved the wacko juice.
She's doing an opium about it, man.
Dr. Sarah Vora, in kind of as having issues with this, says we shouldn't be ascribing moral labels to food and exercise or encouraging people to adopt an earn and burn mentality. It's the fallout from these damaging marketing campaigns that I see only too well in clinics.
Eat shit. You know what? Don't eat shit. It's not calorically high enough. And since calories are imaginary,
Brian, why are you shaming shit eaters? I'm sure there's a name for people that love
corprophagiacs.
The maniacs for corprophagiacs. That's what they love.
Oh my God, no, that's
healthy.
Cannibals who eat corprophagiacs.
Yeah, they love it. And we're sick of your bullshit.
Or as Bryce says, shouts out to Chicken Man, comma, that's a real one. New line. Can we get a let's go chicken in the chat?
It's the other white meat. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Which white meat is it?
No,
it's the regular white meat.
It's the normal.
It's the regular
normal white meat.
It's the
OG white meat.
It's the Pollonormative white meat.
Pollonormacal. Pollonormacal.
Pollonormative.
We're gonna give that to Justin for this answer of blackout. All right, we'll go to our final round here. The score is 0-4. Justin is leading. This is, of course, our 5-point round, so it's anybody's game.
Cool.
Brian, we're going to start with you. Abe apologizes but isn't charged in blank scandal.
Sorry, can you spell it?
The whole thing? Abe, A-B-E. Former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said at an apology conference, quote, even though the accounting was done without my knowledge, I am keenly aware of my moral responsibility. I would like to deeply and sincerely apologize to the people.
Godzilla box office receipts.
Okay, Godzilla box. All right.
So that's the kind of fucked up apology you give when you're not really sorry. Even though it's not my responsibility at all, and it's fucked up that you're asking me this, person with the recording device, I'm sorry. Or as Bryce said, if I wanted to look at a TV with 4K and or 120 hertz, but without any smart TV, Alexa, Bixby microphone stuff, am I completely out of luck? I would much rather have more HDMI ports, better speakers, or soundbar compatibility.
Okay, so you read that one like a joke.
That's just a good consumer thing. You're just a consumer advocate.
Yeah. Apparently the
answer
is
regular Ralph Nader over here.
All right, so Justin Bryan has said that Abe apologized but wasn't charged in the Godzilla ticket scandal. What do you think?
Now, when you say it that way, it sounds racist.
Oh, does it?
I'm telling my kids this was 200,020.
That's a short fiction. That's a fiction. That's the name of them. All right, Justin. Abe apologizes but isn't charged in blank.
This is what it's going to be like when we're all like 100 years from now. We're just going to quote each other out of context and be all like, no, fuck you. You didn't understand.
We will never, I can promise we will never do that tweets game again after this, which caused Justin to set that Twitter bounty and will cause me to stop tweeting. All right, Justin.
Yeah.
Abe apologizes but isn't charged.
I mean, it's some kind of corruption scandal, right? Bribery. Let's just go with bribery.
Okay, why you got to make it about me?
let's say bribing is the way to go. How do you say bribery in Japanese, Bryce?
It's called doing bizarre magic. It's fine.
I think it would be maybe
贈収賄
Oh, that's a good one, Bryce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope I'm saying that
How
right.
do you say this little girl is
贈収賄
wacko for chess in Japanese?
Well, I think, and I just gotta whack my head.
Yeah, whack it
I
up.
gotta whack my head a
Just
little
whack
bit.
your head around it.
Whacking it.
この小さな女の子はチェスのわっこです。
How are you typing all this so fast?
You know, I'm not typing anything. I'm
No,
I'm
he's not. He's
reciting
saying
this
it with his mouth.
with my mouth. All right.
So I'm gonna go with bribery, Brian, and
All
I'm
right.
gonna pay Bryce. If you give me the fucking game, I'll pay you $10.
As my friend Bryce once said, the moon went sicko mode.
That was the day they found water on the
Yeah.
wet moon day.
It went sicko mode.
All right. The correct answer from the LA Times. Abe apologizes but isn't charged in Cherry Blossom scandal, a scandal about bribing the constituents. That's bribery. That's game for Justin with 9 points.
Totally totes bribes.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for an awesome 2020. And for joining us here on Apologizes For. If you've got a game you think we should play here in the middle of the section show, email it to us, mail@nightattack.tv, and we might play it here on the show.
Man, I'm beginning to suspect that I would have done better if I was doing something besides
You
reading
were-
all of Bryce's old
He's
tweets
doing
the
nothing
entire
but
day
reading
long.
Bryce tweets. Yeah, maybe that's a good thing to keep in mind for
Yeah.
next time.
For next time.
Tell you what, these
Yeah.
are some good tweets, though.
Thank you.
It's a good account. I like Bryce's account.
Yeah,
He's the only one who's actually trying to live in joke Twitter.
Yeah.
Like I'm still trying to be like kind of like political thought Twitter man, and Brian has gone into full like pleasant business quarter
Right.
mode.
Yeah.
Like
Ryan is like
This is-
one.
and I am fully not joking when I say I really wish I could. Like I'm part of the reason I can't let go is because like, hot damn, man, I remember when you live every day like Twitter was as fun as I remember. What's going on?
You should just make a rando account. You should just make like Steve Mnuchin at Steve Mnuchin and just be Steve. Just tweet at Steve.
Okay, Steve Mnuchin.
Steve Mnuchin.
yeah. Hey Nooch, sup?
What's up?
Sup?
Check me out.
Patreon.com/Night Attack is where you can go to support the show and give us money every day. And it doesn't matter which way you decide that you want to pay.
Mhm.
Hooray!
Hooray.
That's it. Is that just the end of the show, or do we
No.
have
We could
any
do some
letters?
mail. We
Yeah,
don't have
let's do
diamond
some
time
more
now.
mail.
because we don't have
Yeah,
diamond
let's hit
time,
that mail.
All right, let's find
Let's mail it up.
out. Join us for drinks in the Diamond Club.
Oh, the
Sounds
Diamond
great.
Club. That sounds grand.
What?
I love that the thing that busts Justin up the first time, every time we play that, is me doing both parts and then Will
Yeah.
Harris coming in and doing the other part also.
It's just never not hilarious to me. I don't know. why.
Or as my friend Bryce said on Twitter, people named Jason love to be having a deli.
People thought that tweet was a subtweet about Jason Murphy and not the nationwide franchise.
Jason's Deli. No, I was there for it. I loved it.
Oh,
Damn.
All right, is it time of the show for some of your high thoughts? You guys got a little conditioned and then sent in some high thoughts to mail@nightattack.tv, like this one. Do cowboys prefer to be called cowmen?
Nah, man.
Yeah, that's a dumb one. Sorry.
Like
but not all good.
the song ain't called "The Men Are Back in Town." Men are back in town. Fucking Kenny
Guess who
Loggins.
just got back today? Some grown-ass men that were away on business. And now they've returned to their wives and families. But nobody was expecting them to stay away so long. The men are back in town. Men are back in town.
Dude, I remember when I was in third grade going to see Top Gun at the movie theater. Kenny Loggins come in and says, "'Cause we're playing with the men."
I can support this.
Yeah, we're staying with the men.
Here's another high thought for you. When?
Bad men, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad men.
When does religion become mythology?
That's a classic high thought. That actually comes in the first, like when you first buy weed. It's like
It's
when
like
you
the fortune
unwrap the
cookies.
weed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're in there
exactly.
with your lucky
It's-
numbers on the other side.
You pick out the seeds, and like right in there is a little piece of paper that gives you like classic high thoughts from the days of yore.
Here's one. How come your eyes don't fall out when you look down?
Now
That's a good one.
Does
That's a
anyone know?
biology.
That is
That's a
straight up
biology high
yeah.
thought. Yeah.
Because you got them ropes attached to the back of it, right?
The classic eye ropes, yeah.
Well, because the eye ropes, like they've got that Afghan macrame weave, like a circular pot dangling down, like it's 1979. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
exactly.
Yeah.
Sure. No, we all do.
Of course we do.
Immediately.
Here's one.
It's a macrame pot holder, Bryce, like from 1979.
From
I
Afghan.
could name maybe 5 Beatles songs and put a song to a title for maybe half of those. Also, Beatles spelled with 2 E's.
That is a good high thought. If you really get
I
down
hope
to
all these go viral. All right, go ahead.
if you really get down to it, hot cheese is just hot soup that is too hot.
Is melted cheese just cheese soup, Brian? This is an actual
Well,
conversation.
yes, except for the too hot thing. It seems like it's just the right amount of hot. Like
Not fondue. You wouldn't eat fondue.
You burn your little mouth.
Burn your damn mouth off.
but what about like cheese and broccoli soup? That's just straight up soup. That's just melted cheese and broccoli.
And what's the difference between those two? We don't know.
I mean,
Would cheese and broccoli soup be in a little thing at a 7-Eleven that is hot and squirts out all over your nachos?
fucking as always, we go to the goat right here with the quote from the tweet. So many quotables. Quote, "That's pretty fucking loud." Quote, "I'm crying, goddammit." Quote, "Nice monster rancher stream."
Oh. Okay, that was too long to explain. There's a guy on Twitch I was watching.
Hey man, I don't think you have anything to explain. I think we're on there.
I
for
think
it.
these are just goat quotes.
Go quote.
Go quotes. The quote goat. Who is the quote goat?
Brycus, at Brycus. That's who the quote goat is. Bryce, Neshcom, Federal
Quote
Agent
Stereo.
Doug. The quote goat Castillo.
Quote dash steal dash yo. Never mind.
Quote steal yo.
All right, here's one last one. Would the patty of a pepperoni burger be a single giant slice or many pepperoni slices?
Okay, so we're presuming that in this world, a pepperoni burger is not a regular hamburger with a bunch of pepperonis in the middle, but rather
A patty
the
made out of
bun
pepperoni.
is.
shit.
Oh no! I think he's saying the bun.
Would the patty
made
of a
of pepperoni.
pepperoni burger? He says patty.
Yeah.
Oh, the patty. Oh,
Patty,
okay. Oh,
pepperoni
I was
patty.
thinking, man, maybe I'm high. I was thinking that the bun would be, it would be a beef burger, but the
Fuck, that sounds good, dude.
Okay.
Double down two with pepperonis.
So here's
Exactly.
here's the journey I just went on. Like I understand what he's saying is like just a single slice of pepperoni, real big, the size of a patty, becomes the center, or a bunch of tiny slices. And then I wanted to correct him by saying, no, you would have to chop them up and blend them together like ground beef. Then it would be most like, and then I thought to myself, no, let's try this with something besides beef. Let's try it with pork. you would take a slice and you wouldn't just put it in. If you just took a slice and put it in, it would be a ham.
It'd be like a hammed burger.
A hamburger. Okay, right. That landed.
Wow.
No, what would be a thing where you could like put a bunch of pepperoni slices and they would like kind of hold together enough that you could throw it in a deep fryer?
I don't know, but
you
I just
pull
had
out
this
like
thought.
a deep fried collection of pepperoni slices. That's what I would do.
How about this tweet? Podcast, but online.
The GOAT quote.
I was trying to catch the attention of the podcast, but outside, fellas.
Okay. It's even better just in isolation.
All of these are better when you remove them from Bryce's very online, very specific
Context.
dialogue that he's making.
This is. I am now experiencing what it must be to be like my mother, who at one point was having push notifications turned on when I tweeted.
Oh my God.
That was
Jesus.
that was the thing I think Justin tolerated from me for about 20 minutes. When I introduced I was like, oh, no, yeah, you should do Twitter. Also, here's the easiest way. Just text follow Hatchwood to 40404. That's the best way. Also, it might show up on your SMSs. Yeah, whatever.
All right, thank you everybody for your high thoughts. We'll be back with more high thoughts next week.
See ya.
God damn. Bryce, I hope you understand. I'm being totally unironic.
This is great.
when I
This is
say
the
I
exposure.
really
This
wish.
is truly the final end game of tweeting. I think there's no there. In fact, there was a good tweet about this. Is like there's what else is the end game of Twitter? Right? Like you get a job writing for the CW, or you end up on at midnight.
At Jack snaps his fingers and half of all tweets vanish, randomly selected. Nobody ever gets to find out which ones.
Oh god. So if you've got an email or a high thought to send in to us, please send it in mail at nightattack.tv is the email address. Been a good show.
Hells yeah. Dude, I know it's been all of like 20 minutes since our last episode, but is there any content that you've been digesting that you're into? I think, I can't remember if it was during the show or pre or post or whatever, we talked about, like, I think I'm going to try to get my kids to watch more of the weird Channel 101 stuff, because now that they're digging, because we're now in season 3 of Community, like now that they're really digging the quality of Community, I just even more want them to see what raw, unrefined talent that understands that no. Version 1.0 is you just get something out there no matter how bad it is, and see how much of that DNA survives.
Have you tried? I mean, I'm sure you've tried to get them into like Mr. Show or stuff like that.
Oh yeah, we definitely sat down, and that was a curated thing, because Mr. Show could get, I'm willing to admit, 20 plus years after the fact, it could be hot and cold, and so I handed.
Well, also
hand-fed
sketch
them
comedy.
best of.
Sketch comedy in general is not. It is more like McDonald's fries than it is like a can of Spam. Like it is something that is best served when it is made.
Yeah. Well, and plus also like pacing, tempo, live audienceness, and that kind of stuff shapes the experience. No, but I definitely took them on that journey. And in the case of a lot of the Channel 101 stuff, like the whole point was that it was bad. And that was what I wanted them to take away, is that it's wonderful, because like that's the point of it, is that it's super low fidelity. And it's like, here is the structure. We're trying to tease out and understand, see the code of the matrix of what makes us a story, and just plug in placeholder everything. But instead of making anything, quote unquote good, you just like, yep, now run it. And that's a 2-minute episode of a Channel 101 thing.
Yeah. Well, you have my permission to show your children Channel 101 shorts.
Okay, but in the meantime, have you watched anything that you like? Because I also dipped a toe into his Dark Materials, and I liked seeing the little girl from Logan in there. That's about all I got.
Yeah, we watched half a Soul. We haven't gotten back to it. We watched a couple episodes of Kim's Convenience. Like
What'd
that.
you think? Was that your first time watching it?
First time watching it. Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, I think it is. I'm glad that I watched it because Schitt's Creek put a gigantic spotlight on CBC comedies, that they are doing something that feels different than stuff that is happening in America. But it is also kind of unfortunate that it's like in that, like, you're watching it and you're constantly, at least I am, like, constantly thinking of it and comparing it, which is unfair because Schitt's Creek is, at least to the 5 episodes that we've watched of Kim's Convenience, more of a show for which I understand that there is a big arc in terms of the characters, whereas it feels like Kim's Convenience is a little bit more of a super well done, really funny, really heartfelt sitcom. It's just a great, fun little, one camera sitcom.
It does have that, even I think I'm only like 6 or 7 episodes in, but it's like even that far into the first season, I assume they're still running over the same circles that they established in the first 2 episodes, which is dad hasn't talked to his son, still estranged, whatever. And like, it does occur to me like, yeah, maybe this could be it forever, and that'd be fine. I don't feel a particular need for anyone to grow or change or anything.
Yeah, it's like, you can skip a couple episodes and it's the same thing. The daughter's coming into her own. The son is kind of a fuck up, but he really wants to turn his life in the right direction.
Let me guess, did he have a tough time when he was around 16 years old and maybe still doesn't talk to his dad?
Well, and that's the other part of it.
His boss is horny. Like, we know.
She's great. She's my favorite part of the show. Like
that is an element of sitcoms in general, but specifically it's like, all right, I don't want to compare this to Schitt's Creek all that much, except for the fact that, like, the tack on wacky character that oddly has authority, like, is it's like, oh, it's the horny boss here, and it's like rolling shit, or who's kind of horny or talks about fucking more than he should, but is kind of an idiot. Like, that is a very sitcom-y kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the
Kramer.
Like, Kim's Convenience is also written like a sitcom. I mean, Schitt's Creek, I guess, is kind of as well, but it's like, even if you skipped ahead 3 seasons or whatever, right? Like, it's still going to be written so that the very first thing you hear is something that sets up and gives you context clues of like, what is everyone's kind of positioning and all that stuff.
It's cold open. The thing where it's like, well, we're never gonna get this bake sale off the ground if we don't make $4,000. And then all of a sudden somebody's like, well, my piggy bank costs $4,000 on the open piggy bank market, but I'd never sell it. And bling blong, whatever.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go a different direction where it's just like, at the fundraiser, we only made $3,248. And then it's like, wait, those are American dollars, which according to my math works out to beep, bop, boop, 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 Sulu from Star Trek.
I think that's the best part. All Canadian jokes should really wrap around to their differences with America.
That's right.
That's what this new viewing audience of all these shows need to focus on more.
Do you remember how unfunny it was for like 20 minutes when the Canadian dollar was worth more than the American dollar? All of comedy.
I don't remember that even.
Well, good, because it never happened. Much like this tweet.
I was in the only times that I've been to Canada was when that was happening.
No shit.
It's just annoying. It's like,
that's funny.
What the fuck is the point of you if I can't get cheap stuff?
What is the point of you if I can't get cheap stuff? Put that on our tombstone.
I mean, just that trademark. And by the way, if you're only listening, I'm wearing an America hat. Like, I'm literally.
Is that denim? Is that a denim fabric?
It's a denim America hat.
Oh,
in the fucking Yankees font up top, like literally just all the charm and grace for which the good old US of A is known for. What's the point of you if I can't extract my wealth from it?
Like the Simpsons graphic of Homer wearing the shirt that says it has Uncle Sam. It says USA, and then it has Uncle Sam with his fingers wrapping around the globe and a hungry look in his eyes, and the slogan underneath says, "Try and stop us."
All right. Are we ready to?
Yeah,
to
no,
wrap
I
it up
think
here,
so.
Bryce?
I think so. Hey, man, we learned that even only less than 48 hours after our last episode, we can turn and burn just by opening up one person's feed.
Absolutely. We learned that you shouldn't parent your children while drinking mimosas.
We also learned that yeah, no, it's fine. Just keep on quoting Bryce's tweets, and you're gonna do okay.
We learned that the Queen killed Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, we learned most importantly that there is no bit boss because nobody gave us any bits. I hope you're satisfied.
Yeah. But also we learned that you guys are the best. We love everybody here, and we will see you later.
See you next Tuesday. Dynafire!
Every time you go, I get so sad that I wanna drink a warm glass of Drano. Night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack. I love you.
As my homie Bryce says, quote, make that paper while there are still trees, homie.
Go quotes.